Dr. Graham, thank you so much for being a guest in this Customer Highlight podcast. We're so excited to have you and learn a little bit more about you, your business, and all the amazing things that you guys are doing. If you're open for it, would love to hear just a little bit more about you and a little bit more about your business.
Absolutely, and thank you, Matt, for the time to connect. My name is Dr. Khalil Graham. I am Chief Executive Officer here with Kairos Academies Charter Schools in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been in the role here on 2 years, and I've been in education for the greater part of 18 years, serving in different capacities from school teacher all the way up to network administrator, working in college as an instructor, and then working on policy as well. And so, really committed my life to working for the betterment of kids and communities and making sure they have great education options.
That's so special. And I mean, obviously, just the general concept of education and helping the youth is amazing. But also, the fact that you've spent so much of your time in your career doing that, you're a better man than I am. I'm impressed. I'm out here running a startup company, dealing with that stress, but you're dealing with real world stress. So I'm very much impressed by the work that you guys are doing. Are you guys, walk me through a little bit of the geographic stretch, mainly St. Louis, all over Missouri, all over the country? How does that operate?
Yeah, so currently we are focused on the South City area in St. Louis. And so we have one middle school and one high school that primarily service currently grades 5 through 10. Next year we'll be having 11th graders that we'll be adding.
Awesome.
And at full scale, we'll have a full 5 through 8 middle school and a 9 through 12 high school in the coming years.
Amazing. That's so you got your hands full, that's for sure. That's awesome. So obviously you're making the world a better place with education, and you're helping the youth and you're helping inspire the youth, which is fantastic. Walk me through a little bit, like what's kind of special about you guys? What makes you guys an inspiration? What makes you guys so amazing? I mean, we've been impressed to follow your content, and we're obviously super excited to serve you guys from a software perspective, but there's so much more than that. Like what's the secret sauce? What is it about you guys?
I think three things come to mind for us. We have a learning platform that is based both in being year round school as well as personalized learning for each individual student in our school. So they have their own trajectories and pathways, as we call them, that allow for them to align on work that's both interesting and that's relevant to the moment. And it looks different for every student. So we really take empowerment and agency to a high level and how we want our students to own their experience, knowing that that's going to help them in building those college and career ready skills when they are on their own and having to do that work. The second thing is we have a mentoring program that our families and students are really invested in. Each student is assigned a personal mentor that works with them throughout their career with us that allows them not only to build relationship, but also gives them the opportunity to get goals and thought partnering around those goals all the way throughout their middle school and high school career that will then push into when they go off on their own and they know how to set goals and work towards those goals strategically. The last thing I might mention that we are really, really excited about in the work that we do is for our students, we love to have project based learning and experiential learning. In our high school, we have a program, Next Prep, which allows for students to go into careers and really understand and unpack what are some of the trajectories in the city of St. Louis that can be effective in allowing for them to have a high earning job that will allow them to support themselves and their family. And we really give them the experiences and the skills to go into that, whether it's resume building, learning what different roles look like in terms of the schooling you need at high school and college, and just conversing with people in those fields so they get a sense of what are the soft skills that are needed for different fields. And so we feel like those things make us stand out and really give our families and students a great experience when they come to us.
That's so amazing and so special. From just kind of more my own curiosity, are you would you, when you have a student who wants early on in their career hyper focus on a particular career path or level of learning? Are you guys focusing on that, or is it more kind of broader learning so that in the future they're ready to sort of dive into the career path that they want? How do you work around like kind of specialized versus generic learning?
Yeah, so I think we do a little bit of both. I
Cool.
think for our students who have predetermined careers that they're excited and interested on, We know that we build experiences throughout the year, both with their mentor, but also through the opportunities as a smaller school with clubs and trips and different things. For them to actually go and explore those things, they can do that in a safe space, in a place that can be led by curiosity. But we also give them access to the other things so that they can still learn about medicine or technology, even if that's not something they see themselves in today. They get
Sure.
an understanding of what that looks like, so they have some balance on both where their focus are today, because we know that focus might change, as well as what are some of the things that are really heightened in the industry currently in St. Louis and in the region.
I love it. Amazing. I come from a family of mainly doctors, and then also a ton of nurses. I quickly learned medicine was not for me, and I went a whole different direction. So for students out there, it's okay if you start somewhere and want to go a different career path. I definitely been there, done that for sure. So that's so good. So obviously, this podcast is highlighting some of our amazing customers, and you guys have been great. You guys have been Wedge customers for some time. I'd love if you're okay sharing. What's been some use cases for how you guys have benefited from the Wedge software.
Yeah, I think on our side, as an organization, Wedge has helped us to become more efficient in our hiring processes to ensure that both we're able to ask questions that are relevant to us and then also to sort out what are some key things in a candidate's profile that we want to dig into more as we get to learn and build relationships with them through our talent process. So that's been helpful for us. I think one thing that Wedge stands out with on the candidate experience is them being able to put a human face and touch to some of the introductory portions of what their experience will look like. We've used staff members, board members, even students. There's different people who can be a part of asking those questions and allowing for them to both understand the question, but also get some more context of who we are culturally through the people they experience in the early part of the process. And so I've heard candidates say they really enjoy that, and it gives them a place of starting to build knowledge on us and what fit we might be. Or we can also use that and have a documented, stored place to be able to engage with what are the key pertinent information points that hiring managers need as they go through their evaluation.
That's so great, and that's awesome to hear. And certainly, you raise a good point. Like video and video interviewing and things like that occasionally can be deemed as maybe coming across as impersonal. But the fact that you guys have made intro videos, intro questions, so that a candidate feels safe and comfortable, and even so getting to know you guys more, that's a really really awesome way of using that. So that makes me happy that that's been a beneficial tool both to you guys as the company, but also as the candidates as well. That's definitely important. I guess those are the three questions I want. This has been awesome. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with, or anything else I can leave it with that you want to share?
Yeah, I think I just would reiterate how important our partnership with Wedge has been and how it's really helped to accelerate some of the hiring that we've done continuously in the last 2 years, and how we're excited about finding even new ways to explore the platform and leverage it both with hiring, but also with other ways to build relationship with candidates and with people who potentially be joining our team and family. So we're appreciative of the services, and we look forward to continue to explore it. And we're just really thankful that it's something that we can use to be better for our kids and our families.
That's so great, Dr. Graham. Thank you so much for being a guest on this podcast. Kairos Academy in St. Louis, you are awesome, and just so very thankful for you guys and our partnership as well. So thanks for being a guest.
No problem. Thank you for having me, Matt.